In this video, I'm going to show you how to log into MackinVIA, and then I'm going to dig into how we can use MackinVIA's database Explorer to find Scholastic news articles for you and your students. So, in case you haven't done this before, the fastest way to log in is to type Shakopee and then choose the school that you're at. I'm going to choose Jackson. If you're a teacher logging in, you would type in the beginning of your email. So mine would be nweather. And then the password would be the password that I use to log into my computer with. For the purpose of this demonstration, I am going to log in as a student, and that is because I want you to see what you would see and what students will see on their screens when they log in. So students, if you're having them do this, by the way, will log in using their student ID, which they use as their lunch number, and then their password that has their initials and their birthday. So I'm logging in right now. You'll see here are the ebooks that we have available by genre. And over on the left-hand side, we have a database section. So I'm going to go to the databases, and today we are focusing specifically on how to use Explorer to find the Scholastic news articles that many of you like using in your classrooms. So I'm going to click on Open Now, and it's going to bring us to a bunch of options. I have always found it easiest to go to Explorer Kids first, and this is where you're going to find the student editions of the Explorer Kids. So I'm going to start there. And in order to get into specifically into the Scholastic news articles, you are going to head into an advanced search. And so we will wait for my computer here. So up here at the top it says advanced search, and I'm going to go into that advanced search because I don't want to just look for anything. I really want to be looking at a specific publication. So down here you'll see the word publication, and if I type in Scholastic News, and if I search for nothing else, what it's going to do is it's going to find all of the Scholastic news articles. And what you can see here is that this is edition 2. So edition 2 means that it's meant for second grade. If you see a lot of these are edition 2, edition 2, edition 1 is going to be for first grade. So I am going to just click into this Helping Hippos because I want to show you a few things that we can see. So it's going to bring up the PDF version of the article. And you'd be able to make this full screen so you could see it with your students. But it's called Helping Hippos. The nice thing about it is it has all of the text features, a home for hippos, and it has the subheadings as well. So as you're teaching text features, you can be looking at that. And it still does give you the interactive features that you're used to seeing in the Scholastic news articles. If you were using this as a teacher and providing it for your students, that's wonderful. If you are teaching your students how to do this and use it for their information, there are ways to cite the news articles as well. So if you're getting into source citation, they offer APA and they also offer MLA for your students. But let's say you don't teach first grade and you're like, well, everything was first or second grade. How do I identify that? I'm going to go back and change my search a little bit. And I'm going to go to Publication, Scholastic News, Edition 1 or Edition 4. And I'm going to just hit Enter or search again. And now you're seeing it's Scholastic News Edition 4. This would be fourth grade. If you are wanting to search for fifth grade material, you'd go to Scholastic News, and they don't have a specific fourth and fifth grade. I believe it is edition 5/6, and it will bring up the 5th/6th grade information. So, Who Owns History is the name of one of the articles, and so if I was going to use this, I could share this with my students in multiple ways. I could download this and post it into Seesaw, and the students could grab the article right from Seesaw. I could put it in Canvas. I could also print it for my students to have depending on what your goals are for your lesson. So that is the article. And I'm going to have us remember the title. The title of this was Who Owns History? So now we have the student edition of this. And if you kind of look here, we see that it's Scholastic News, November 19th, 2018 is when it was published. So I'm going to go back into Explora again, but this time, instead of going to the kids section, I'm actually going to go to the educator section. And it's going to help me find that same article, and it's going to help me find the correct edition. So I'm going to go down here, and I'm looking for the journal name. That's the publication. I'm going to type in Scholastic News Edition, and the name of that article is Who Owns History? So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to type in Who Owns History. And I should hit search, and it should find me the information that I'm looking for. I am going to get rid of this information and make it a little bit more broad and see if anything comes up. And I'm not finding the teacher edition for that specifically, but I'm going to go back to the article and I'm going to look at the date, November 19th, and I'm going to copy that and see if I get rid of the title and I go down here to the date and the month published. It was November 2018. November 2018. And we want to do edition 5/6. Let's see if we find anything here. So here I am. I'm in the teacher's guide, and I'm looking specifically for the November article. It looks like I maybe need to go to the second page here, but here we go. November 19th, 2018. So if I pull up that PDF, it will give me the information that I'm looking for that article. So we said Who Owns History is the name of the article we're looking at. And one of the things that I like is it identifies the text structure. Okay, it could be a pro or con. We're looking at photos and captions. And then it has some connections for you. And it gives you some deeper thinking questions that make our students think as they're reading it. So that is how you search for Scholastic news articles. I realize this is kind of a brief overview, but if you do need any help, feel free to reach out to me and I would be happy to come meet with you or your team and help you find some of the things that would be helpful. I definitely think students in grades 3 through 5 could benefit from some practice with this, and I'd be happy to come co-teach and lead those type of lessons with you as well. Sorry this did get a little bit long, but I hope it was helpful and that you can save this for the next time you need to find an article.